Hey everyone's JackelWolf back on the Outkast server with another 5 minutes. That's how I did it. If you've been following along, you know we are working in the forestry mod with the intention of making some bees that will get us the resources we need to make our own lava so we can fill up this smeltery. It has been a long process and we are nowhere near done. We've got quite a few other things we need to do first. This episode we're going to work on automating our apiaries. Now this is something we're going to use the BC transport pipe for. Now we've already previously done an episode on those, so I'm not going to get too in depth with them, but sitting around waiting for bees to finish their produce is a long and tiresome task, and we've got to stay pretty close to these apiaries to make sure that they are functioning properly. And to be fair, the ones that I am going to need I'm not going to be able to use anywhere around here, at least not easily. So what we're going to do to this episode is we are going to build ourselves a chunk loader. Now this is an item that will keep the particular chunk that it is placed in active, even though you are not there to keep it running. So to build a chunk loader, you are going to need 1 ender pearl, 1 enchantment table, and 5 gold ingots. Now, something to keep in mind with the enchanting table is if this is your own private world, then there is no problem. You can do what you want with it. But if you are on a server like I am, you've just got to remember to be respectful of your other server members. These things will cause a little bit of lag. Just like, having too many people on the server if too many of them are running at a time. So be respectful, mind your use of them, and, just be, overly conscious, which you should be doing on a server anyways. So keeping that in mind, we're going to head over to my little bee area and we're going to set this up and let it run while we do a little bit of adventuring in my world. Okay guys, so I am back at my bee hut, and as you can see I've got a very simple BC transport pipe setup going on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the apiary. I've got some impregnated frames in here. I do have to go make some more, but we're going to put a modest princess pristine stock. Now that's going to mean that she will not degrade, like she will not disappear. The ignoble stock will disappear after a while. So she is ramping up and she should be perfect. And there we go. So she is producing her items. Now I'm going to flip this switch on the wooden transport pipe. That is going to pull everything in here out of the apiary. It's going to put it through the pipes and into this storage chest here. Now there's nothing in here right now, but as anything that she produces, being other princesses, other drones, and other combs, and that will be put into this chest. Now I've got a emerald transfer pipe with a black list of the combs. We do not need the parched combs trying to be put back into this apiary. So I'm going to flip that on. Now this is running in the background. Oh, you can see she's already produced a comb. That is perfect. That's going to go into that box and stay there. Now while this is running, if I was to go too far away, it would just simply stop running, and then when I would come back, it would pick back up again, but it wouldn't be producing while I am out in the world. And I really want to spend a little bit of time adventuring today and not standing around here in my bee hut sort of waiting for this to happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this chunk loader that we just made. We're going to place it right here. Now you can see it's spun up and it is actually operating right now. So if we right click on the chunk loader, we've got a couple of options to play around with. First up is the radius. Now we can increase this or decrease this, but I'm going to keep this pretty low because I do not want to put a whole lot of strain on the server. And this is a very small machine. It is should be all contained within one chunk. Next up is the shape. Now we've got a square, we've got a circle, we've got a line, and we've got a Z. So that's going to be on your X and Z axis lines, which really only makes sense if you've got a radius longer than 1. If your radius is 1, then realistically there is no X or Z. Now the last option is going to be the lasers. Now this is a nice little tool that shows you exactly what is loaded within this chunk loader. So you can see this is a 1 chunk loaded, and it is pretty much centered right on my machine here. If we were to bump this back up to 2, you can see it has gone out quite a bit further, and let's just really quickly, we'll go up to 4, and as you can see, this is a huge chunk radius here. It is also going up and I believe down into the earth here, so this is loading an absolute ton of blocks, but we're going to go flip this back down to the 1, and we're just going to leave it here. We're going to go off adventuring, and when we come back, our chest will hopefully be full of really, really good items. But for now, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please think about leaving a like and a subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JackelWolf. Also, check out the description below. There is a link to some of the other Outkast members. Please go and check them out. They have got some great content. But that's going to be it, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.